Hey guys, welcome to Red 50. Thank you for tuning into another video. If you're new to the channel, thank you for stopping by. Make sure to subscribe and hit the notification bell so you don't miss out on future videos. So in today's video, I'm going to talk about the dealership markups on cars, specifically the GT500. Now the GT500 is my dream car, and I hope to obtain it one day. If I were to ever get it, it would be race red with white stripes. Who would have guessed it, right? I just have a thing for red Mustangs, but even I have to say the $70,000 for a Shelby GT500 is a little out there. I can understand it's a brutal performer, but when you factor in $70,000 for a car that's probably starts at $24,000 as an EcoBoost, you kind of have to think a little. But let's say you're like me and you really want the GT500, so you say, you know what, screw it. GT500 for $70K makes sense. You go into the dealer and you've got the dealer markups. I think that's where it loses its value. In my personal opinion, I think the GT500 markups from the dealership kind of put it out of its class, and it becomes a little bit difficult to justify that kind of price for a Mustang, so to speak. I just think the dealership markups don't really make much sense. Most dealerships are moving towards one price kind of deal where they don't have to do any negotiation. That kind of works out, especially when you factor in these online retailers like Carvana and like a bunch of other ones that have kind of come up in the situation that we're all going through right now. It's been almost flat price, no negotiation, no nothing. So it just doesn't make sense to me why there's still dealership markups in this day and age. The process, in my opinion, should be a lot more seamless, and if I want to afford a GT500, if I can't afford a GT500, I should be able to go into my dealer and pay whatever the price is, even if they don't want to give any discounts. MSRP, whatever the Ford suggested, should be something that I should be able to give them the money and get the car. But unfortunately, that's not the case, and in today's video, I want to address why this is killing the cars that are going to be rare or just exclusive. So recently I was at my dealership getting my oil change for my 2019 Mustang GT, and I thought, you know what, let's just wait instead of leaving for the oil change and check out some cars. I personally love doing that because, one, you get a faster service and you get to check out some cool cars. And lo and behold, I went into my dealership, went into the showroom, and I saw this beautiful silver GT500. This GT500 is iconic silver, I believe, with black stripes, and I think it looks amazing. Though silver really isn't my preferred color for Mustangs, I think it just needs to stand out a little bit more, but I can't deny that this one looks really good, and if I had to pick one, I wouldn't be mad rocking this, although I would prefer a race red with white stripes. But hey, it's a GT500, I think with the black stripes and everything, it contrasts really well with this car. Now, as you can see from the price tag, it costs the MSRP is $83,000 because it's got a couple different options, because as we know, GT500 start at $70,000 MSRP. So this one got a couple different options to make it up to $83,000. Now the kicker is that this one has a $20,000 market adjustment. $20,000. You can get a base EcoBoost for that amount of money. Not sure why you want an EcoBoost when you're looking for a GT500, but just to put things in perspective, a base EcoBoost and a GT500 for that price. Not to mention, with the market adjustment of $20,000, this bad boy costs $103,000. Six figures for a Mustang? Look, I'm a huge fan of Mustangs, but even myself, I have a hard time justifying a six-figure Mustang. Because while the performance and handling and everything is going to justify some of that price, and I'm sure it's going to be taken onto cars well above its class, you still got to remember, this car is based off of a $20,000, $25,000 EcoBoost, which means, you know, it needs to have some, you know, it's going to have quality issues, the interior is not going to be as nice as German rivals, so there's a lot of compromises for that kind of price. Not to mention, we've got C8 Corvette, which has a really good interior compared to what the Corvette has been known for. They haven't been known for their interiors, but C8 kind of just really throws out of the park. So he has a really nice interior, not to mention the performance is actually very comparable and actually better than the GT500 in some cases. But of course, the C8 Corvette also suffered from a lot of dealership markups. It kind of had to do with whatever was going on in the world early in the year, so there was a supply shortage too. But then there are rare cars like Civic Type R. I actually remember this one because Civic Type R, when it first came out, was $50,000 with the adjusted markups. And not to mention, the Civic Type R is basically a car that's $35,000, $36,000 MSRP. So it was a $15K markup on that car, which is insane in my opinion because that's C7 Corvette money. And no matter how big of a fan you are for Civic, I don't think it justifies. C7 Corvette has a much better performance. Sure, the Civic Type R is a lot more rare, But come on now, $50,000 for a Civic, which starts off at like $18,000, which is the same argument that I'm making for this Mustang GT500. And I fear that Mustang Mach-1 is also going to fear the similar treatment. I've covered the pricing on that in one of my videos, but Mach-1 starts at $53,000, which is not that bad. It's kind of high for still a 5.0, but it's supposedly the best 5.0 ever in terms of handling and performance, so maybe you could justify that. But if you add up dealership markups and stuff, if it goes all the way to $60,000, once you factor in a couple of different options, then you're in Shelby territory. I'm not buying a Mustang that is close to $60,000, but does not have a Shelby name or performance, for a matter of fact, because anything that Mach-1 has, you could probably spec your 5.0 with that and get a little bit very similar close performance to it. So I feel like the car dealerships are just getting greedy over time, but I don't know if you can really blame them, because they're in the market to make money, and if there's a supply and demand, this, business 101, they're going to capitalize on it. So I don't know if you can really blame them. I personally would like to see that go away. I'm not a fan of dealership markups. I feel like if the car is rare or something like a Shelby GT500, then make it MSRP. You don't got to give discounts. Like normally if you're looking for a Mustang, you can easily get $5,000-$6,000 off of MSRP, if not more. But that's fine. Just do something where they're giving MSRP only. So if you want a GT500, you want you want to be the cool kid on the block, pay MSRP. There's no discounts for you. I think that just works out a lot better in my opinion. Comment below, let me know what you think of the dealership markups. Do you think it's okay, it's justified, or do you think they're just being extremely greedy? Well guys, there you have it. Make sure to like this video and subscribe to Red 50 so you don't miss out on future videos.